Hello and welcome to Stitching with My Kitties, floss tube number 41. I'm Patty Penn and today is Sunday, 9 November 2025. I hope everyone had a great week last week and I'm so glad that you're joining me today. If you're new, I hope you will like and subscribe to my video and comment because I typically will have at least one share at the end of each video. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Thank you for putting up with my crazy kitties. And it's good to see everybody. I will be wiping my eye. I have an infected tear duct in my left eye. My primary care provider diagnosed it, and then 2 weeks later I happened to have an ophthalmology appointment, and it's improving, but it's not completely back to normal. I may have to go back to one of those two doctors and get something a little stronger. I'm using antibiotic drops, but other than that, it's been extremely busy at work. I'm not complaining, but boy, the days just fly. 2 Mondays ago, 2 weeks from tomorrow, no, 2 weeks ago from tomorrow, on Monday Night Football, the Kansas City Chiefs, love me some Patty Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs played the Washington Commanders. The Commanders played at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. So Monday morning, I went to work like normal, not just going around, and I got to my office door and it was closed, which normally it is. After they vacuum and dust and everything at night, empty the trash, they close the door. So I have a Kansas City Chiefs banner on my door that my business partner Johnny had given me a number of years ago. So I get almost to my door and I look up and my banner was turned around backwards. So the Kansas City emblems were facing the door. And on the back was taped, "I love the Washington Commanders." I screamed, "Logan!" He's our service professional. He and Cassandra work with our team. We're a 6-man team. I'm the only female advisor, and then Cassandra. So she and I have to stick together, to say the least. So Logan, I could see him. He sits about 3 desks up, I think, from my office, and so I opened the door, and on the back of my chair was a Washington Commanders jersey. I think it was number 4 or number 8. I don't know any of those people. And a Washington Commanders hat was in the middle of my desk. I have a cup that I put my pens in. It's a Kansas City, and it's shaped like a helmet. It's a plastic drinking cup, but I use it as a pen holder. It was hidden behind my computer. My Kansas City Chiefs pillow that is in one of my guest chairs was not only upside down, it was upside down on the floor. Johnny had given me a few Christmases ago. Well, it wasn't even a Christmas gift. It was just, he just brought it to me one day. It's about 24 of Patty Mahomes trading cards, like the old baseball cards. And it's real nice because each one has their own little slot in a frame. That was turned around backwards with Commanders all over it, taped to the back. I have a table with all of my Kansas City Chiefs stuff. Client gave me some little dolls when Kansas City won, I think it was their 3rd Super Bowl, I think. And then I have the little Matryoshka dolls, the little Russian stacking dolls. Duke's on the table, so that's why the camera's shaking. Duke, don't chew on that. Duke. So they were gone. My Kansas City pens were gone. I have some beaded pens, Kansas City. My Kansas City drinking glass was gone. And I forget what else is on that table. If I can figure out how to attach the video at the end of this floss tube, I will, because it's beyond belief. If not, maybe I can just post it as a floss tube extra. Anyway, I was, by this time, you know, Logan had come down to my office, Johnny had come down to my office, and I was convinced Johnny was behind the whole thing and that everybody else had piled on. And then, so I went around the office and I'm going, you got to go see my office. You won't believe what they did to my Kansas City Chiefs. I was just beside myself. And of course, all the guys were laughing at me. Colton and Gerald and Nick just thought it was hilarious, as did the rest of my partners. Now, Jeff was not there. He was in Texas for something, I forget. And I texted Cassandra, are you in the office today? And she texted me back, yeah, I just pulled into the garage. So I go and I meet her at the elevator. And I say, you're not going to believe what they did to my office and my Kansas City Chiefs. Well, she burst out laughing. She knew about it too. And come to find out, it was Logan that came up with the idea. It wasn't Johnny. Just Johnny and Jeff and Kevin and Cassandra all piled on. And Kevin's like, hey, I know nothing about this. I'm a Giants fan. I'm like, no. So anyway, I left it up the rest of the day because it was funny. It was really a great day. We all got a lot of laughs out of it. But I had the last laugh since we won. But I couldn't wear my Patty Mahomes jersey the next day because I had appointments and I had to go to a luncheon for a continuing education for my CFP and my Virginia license. So I had to dress professional. But we had a pizza party at Johnny's house last night. He's first generation Italian, and his father and uncle owned a pizzeria in Bethesda, Maryland for a number of years. So I wore my jersey last night to the party, and the pizza was beyond belief. Oh my gosh. It was as good as what we got in Rome at the Gaudi Pizzeria. Amazing. So I was watching Levi, and if you don't watch Levi, he is Stitch Happens, and I'll link him in the video or in the comment, in the description box below. Anyway, I was watching Levi, I think it was last Monday, and he said, anybody interested in doing a project bag or a project keeper exchange, let me know. So I messaged him, and then we started texting back and forth. So we're gonna make each other a project keeper, and we both chose Christmas. So that should be fun. I told him I couldn't get started until next weekend because I knew this weekend was going to be really, really busy. It's getting colder here in Northern Virginia. I think it was either Thursday morning or Friday morning. There was frost on the rooftops. The grass didn't have frost on it, but the roofs did. So, but it was wonderful. I have on a sweatshirt and my Kansas City hoodie and my Kansas City toboggan and gloves and hand warmers. So I'm enjoying the cooler weather. Then I decided that I have not done any rubber stamping, cards, anything in probably over 5 years, well over 5 years. So I decided I've got to get rid of all of it. because it's just taking up space. So, you know, we have our little crafting group. There's about, I don't know, 6 or 7 of us ladies. It used to be everybody here in the neighborhood. And then 2 of them moved away, and well, not moved away, but I moved out of the neighborhood. They're still in the Northern Virginia area. So we still all get together every couple of months. So they're coming over next Sunday to take what they want, and the rest I will either try to find a school or just take it to Goodwill, because I mean it's just oodles and oodles and oodles of stamps, stamp pads, re-inkers, punches, die cuts, embossing folders, some scrapbooks, scrapbooking kits, lots of paper pumpkins that I never put together, which is a subscription through Stampin' Up, where you got a box every month, and you could make, I think you made like 8 or 10 cards. You had everything in there that you would need. But I just don't enjoy that anymore. And you know, on my last floss tube, I was organizing my closet, got rid of all the shoes and handbags and some clothes. I'm still getting together clothes. Damon took them to Goodwill. So, you know, I'm just slowly cleaning out stuff. And so that makes me real happy. I've been busy. I made another stitchy box yesterday. So let me show that to you. This is my other fall stitchy box that I wanted to do one. So I've got my little, let me see. Well, here's my little floss ring. And my scissors and my scissor fob. Let me see if I can, with the little 2025 on it. And my little, you know, I always have to have my little frogs, and I've got a little orange duck, and just my little nothing, and some acorns. Just picked up the acorn caps around the neighborhood and put the little balls in there. So just colorful little balls to make my acorns, and my hedgehog floss drops, and another floss ring. And then I decorated the inside of the box too. I haven't ever done this before, but I thought that was so cute to put my little scarecrow and the fence, and then 3 little pumpkins and a little moon up here. And then let me close this up so I can show you. I also decorated the front of the box this time. And I've never done that before. So I'm just really enjoying being creative with my little stitchy boxes and seeing what I can come up with. So that's been a lot of fun. And earlier last week, I took in some things to Cassandra. Her daughter is 11, and she's very, very crafty. So I sent her a good many things. And last night, she brought me a little box that she had made some stuff for me out of the stuff that I gave her. And she included a bath bomb and a cute little, this actually has little sparklies in it. I love it. I think it is so cute. And I'm sure he has a name, or she has a name. I just don't know what it is. But she's going into my office tomorrow. And then she gave me a keychain that says, "Thank you for being awesome." Here, let me take it out. So, you know, that's going to have to be a zipper pull or something for me, because I love it. It's got stars on it. So I cannot believe this is just so nice. So Izzy, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to be moving around quite a bit. I've got 2 chairs to my left with stuff to show. On the right, I've got haul. In the middle, I've got our shares from last week and a share for this week. Again, excuse my eye watering. So, let's see. My book of days, I've been working it pretty hard. And here is November. I did quite a bit of frogging and got a little frustrated with myself. And then I guess it was on Wednesday that, because I have Levi and I are going to do a project keeper exchange, fun. And just some cute little stickers. And then the Sampler Guild of the Rocky Zoom was last last Sunday. Thought it was today. I missed it. Oh well. I'm also a member of the Queen City Sampler Guild. Their Zoom meeting is next Saturday the 15th. I should be able to make it as long as I don't forget. So I've really enjoyed my book of days this year. But I did get that new calendar keeper that I showed several floss tubes ago, and I'll bring it down on the next floss tube so that I can show it. It has a little bit more in it. But from I was watching Gary and Ronnie at Gowron Stitching, and I jumped on because they have a Stacy Nash exclusive cracker, or exclusive animal cracker, Zeke. And so I noticed they were in stock, so I jumped on and got 2. One for me and one for Niecy Lynn. And then they had this planner for the cross-stitcher sole. It is very thick. It's not dated, so you go in and you date your days yourself. So I may leave this undated, I'm not sure. So it has the 2-page spread, month at a glance. Then it has your weekly planner. So you got 2 pages per week. At the end of the month, it's got a to-do list and tasks and a weekly planner, if you would like to do that. Then it's got several pages for notes. One of them are dotted and one of them is lined. And you have several pages of that. Then, so you have that for every month. Then you have whips and charts. You've got a number of pages for those. Looks like about 8 or 10. If you do, it's got also book and chart lists. And then if you do Whip Go or any of those, it's got that also. But it does say Bingo, not Whip Go. But I don't think that matters. And it's got your 25 squares. Now, I don't do Whip Go. I don't think I could, I'm not ready for that yet. Then it's got thread conversions. And look at this. It's got Sullivan, DMC, the color name, Weeks, Classic Colorworks, and Gast. This is really good because I have no idea how to do the conversions. So this will come in very handy. Then it's got a section for projects. And got a page per project. Now, the one thing that I want to use this section for is when I cleaned out my closet and gave away all my shoes and everything, I had, let's just say, I was in competition with Imelda Marcos over shoes, or I think it's Imelda Marcos. Anyway, so I had quite a bit of room, and Damon had built shelves into our walk-in closet. So I was able to put a lot of my quilt projects on those shelves so that I could get them organized. And not only did I do my quilt projects, that are already kitted up, I was also able to add my machine embroidery kitted things also. So this will be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful way to list all of those projects and kind of start coming up with a plan on when I would use them. The next section is for retreats. Now, I'll use that. I've got what? 4 planned before the end of June next year. Then supplies. Now, I don't know. I don't know if I'll use that or not. It's not real big. I think it's only a couple of pages. Then it's got contacts, just your regular old way. And since I use my phone for that, that won't be a real big deal to me. But it also has wish list. So, and it's just, priority, the wish, and when it was fulfilled. Notes, and that's just, ruled paper. And then lastly, definitions and abbreviations. So this is just a really nice spiral bound book. I'm really glad I got it. When I got mine, they still had a couple in stock. It also comes with numbers for each of the months, the month at a glance that you can put in your book. I may at least do that. And so I can't wait to get this started. And it looks like my eyeshadow. It's where I've been, my eye's been watering. So I'm really excited to get that out and get that started in use. Plans, I don't have a lot of plans, but I do want to start, what is it? I made this project keeper to keep my Sampler Guild of the Rockies challenge pieces in. I chose 3 challenge pieces. I think there were 9 total, all patriotic Americana for the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. So I want to start Salute to Abigail. This is in the Blackbird's book, Sweet Land of Liberty. And I've shown this before, but I love this. And the interesting thing is, it's only 4 colors. So I got the NPI silks. And so it's a dark blue, a light blue, a red, and a white. And I'm doing this on 40 count something. I'm doing it on 40 count. I'll tell you in a minute. Because I had it kitted. It doesn't say. It's just, I had it kitted at Hollis Hand Creates. And it just says, Salute to Abigail, 40 count with NPI. So I'm sure if you're interested, you can reach out to Hollis Hands on Etsy. I'll try to remember and link her below. And let me just put that back away. So I would like to start that. I know I said I'm not starting anything until I get all of my whips completed and back on track, just one project at a time. I'm trying. So I do have, let me show you my whips because I've been working on several different ones. So, you know, Salty Stitcher Designs, Christy, Niecy Lynn, and I are doing Freak for the Beak Sal on Instagram. Let me get the chart out. So I broke it down into 11 parts. It's a 12-month, but I gave you an extra month there. Well, being the brilliant person that I am, I started number 1, which is, you know, you should start number 1 in the first month of the Sal. Okay, did that, then moved over and started working on bird number 2. What can I say? But isn't he beautiful? Oh my word, I'm loving this. And it's charted with DMC. Niecy Lynn kitted it up for me, except for she miscounted the size that we needed for the fabric, and it was too small. But I kept the fabric and I'll use it for something else. But look at those colors. I just love that. So if you're interested, please join us for hashtag Freak for the Beak Sal. And it runs now through the end of September next year. So that is one whip that I worked on. Then I am doing an ornament exchange with Sampler Guild of the Rockies. So I started my little ornament, and I started, it's by Bent Creek. Well, I thought I had it right here. Hang on. Because it's the cutest little thing. Well, did I accidentally leave it somewhere? Well, I was going to show you. It's the cutest thing, but I don't see it in here. Well, can't tell very much. There's my start. It's a cat. It's a holiday cat. He's cute. Except I decided, well, what if the lady that I'm exchanging my ornament with, what if she doesn't like cats? So I decided I'm not going to do it. I'll just do something else. And that is an FFO that I'll show in just a few minutes. But I'm sorry that I didn't bring the chart down. Like I said, it's a Bent Creek. It was on top over there. Yes, the Christmas cat. Now, I'm using the called for, and my kitty is not yellow. My kitty is brown. But that's okay. He's gonna be adorable. So, and it has these little beads for the holly. So that's gonna be fun. And I hope to finish that before Christmas. It's a real easy stitch. So I worked on that and then put it away because I needed to, I decided not to give away the cat, just in case, you know, some people just don't care for cats or dogs or animals or whatever. So I've been working on, I think it's called Peace on Earth. It was a free pattern by Misty of Luminous Fibers. And I showed this before. I'm doing it, this is a 40 count. I don't know what it is. It is a 40 count Verdal. It's Zweigart based. And then I'm having to frog because I miscounted. So I'm just frogging as I get over there. And I'm using Classic Colorworks bamboo for this. And I'm keeping this in my project bag, and my project bag, wait a minute, let me pull that out. Okay. That's my needle case, and then my little accessory folder that Dottie, Stitch and Scotty gave me. I think it was at StitchCon in June. I believe that's when I got this. But I love this set, Dottie. Thank you so much. And I hope y'all don't mind, but I'm going to put these things away as I show them, so that they don't get misplaced like my Christmas cap pattern did. So I worked on that. And then you probably remember, Dreama talked me into getting the 40 count Yule hair fabric and finishing the one that I'm already working on for Niecy Lynn. Well, I worked on hers a little bit more. This is where it's at. This is beautiful. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm loving it. So I'm enjoying stitching that. And I was going to show you the colors. There's not a whole lot of them. And they're all DMC. And that's my Siggy's Closet floss ring with the cardinal. You know, I love my cardinals. I think I gave Niecy Lynn one like that too. I'm not sure. So, Yule hair by Primitive Hair. Yule hair by Primitive Hair. And that was released this year. And then, you know, I had been working on my Jardin Privé, the Quaker of Autumn. I don't know how to pronounce that in French. Well, I finished it. So I'm just waiting for Total Framing to call me, but here it is. I'm going to take this and my Liberty Eagle when I go out to pick up my 3 that are at Total Framing. I may give them a call tomorrow to see if they have an estimate of when it should be done, when it'll be completed, or when my 3 pieces will be back for me to pick up so I can take these other 2. Now, I wish I would have moved it down a little bit more, but still, I love it. I love this on this fabric. This is Gobbled Pumpkin, I believe, by Fabric Flair, and this is 36 count, and I love it. Now on the back it shows, let me take this out of the plastic. On the back it shows she's got all 4 seasons that you can do all as one if you would choose to do so. And I can't remember if I've got the other 3 or not. It would be fun if I do, or if I can find them, to find other seasonal fabrics from Fabric Flair. But there's all 4 seasons together. So, and you know how I love my Quakers. So, yay. I'm really so excited that I finished that. And I stitched that with a DMC variegated. I don't remember the number. If you're interested, leave me a comment and I'll look up and put the number in. I have the skein in the other room. I haven't put it away yet. So that was my finish. Now I have an FFO for me and 3 FFOs for Niecy Lynn that I put together for her. So hers aren't quite, you couldn't really say FFO because 2 of them need to be stuffed and I'm mailing them flat and then she can stuff them when she gets them. But this is my ornament exchange piece for Sampler Guild of the Rockies. This was in the 2025 Just Cross Stitch magazine and it's on page 43. The designer is the Cozy DH. I started it on the 2nd and finished it today, the 9th of November, and fully finished it today. This is stitched on 32 count Zweigart Splash Basalt. And it is, I used all of the call for except for the yellow in the tree. I used DMC 728. It called for a gold metallic. But I hope that the recipient likes it. I did make the cording myself this morning and FFO'd it. And I do like it. I might have to do one for myself. Then for Niecy Lynn, she sent me, I remember when she tried to finish this for herself. She's going to stuff it. But here's the back. And I cut a slit like Lori Holt chose to do. And then I cut her out. She can either do a heart or just a square once she gets it stuffed to cover that up. And I'll send her some glue too. I think I have an extra bottle. And then I just put some little buttons and a 20-25 charm on a bulb pin. So Niecy, I hope you like it. Then the second one that I finished for her was the Candy Corn of Mischief. Let me take this off. I think it's so cute. And then here's she's done a lot of these Bent Creek. She takes a lot of them to her mom. Her mom has Alzheimer's, and she takes them, and her mom likes to decorate her room with them. And then I just cut her out a heart and a square, and then some orange and yellow buttons and a 20-25 charm. So I just need to find a box because I have some charts that I need to send to her that, are standard 8.5 by 11 charts. So I've got to find a chart. Not a chart. I need to find a box big enough. I think I might have seen one up in the wrapping room that had something else in it, but I may be able to get that in the mail to her early this week. And then the last thing was, she and I took this class together, Santa's Night Tree by Hello from Liz Matthews. This was 3 years ago. Did we take it, Niecy? 2 or 3. And so I put her tree together for her. Now, this, I hope that my tree, and it looks like Niecy's is going to be the same way, is really long, but because to get it so that you have the right angle and don't cut off a lot of the pieces on the side, you have to make it really tall. Now, when I drew it out, I marked it with my not air erasable, heat erasable pen, my friction pen. And then I went out 1/4 inch and sliced it off with my rotary cutter. Went to this side. This is after I had sewn it. No, yes, after I had sewn it. Cut it on the line. I almost had a heart attack. I'm like, oh my God, Niecy's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me dead. Well, got myself together and went and did a really, really tight zigzag and saved it. I've done that one other time, but that one was for me, so it wasn't a big deal. Niecy, if you don't like it, I'll restitch it for you, and I'll have it to you before Christmas. I promise. I promise. So, those were my FFOs for Niecy Lynn. moving right along. The Jingle Ball's coming up. I think it's what, the 4th through the 6th of December, something like that. And I have attended it all 4 years. I didn't really interact or do anything, excuse me, the first year. The second year, Niecy Lynn and I did it together. And Karen, hey Karen, our friend out in California, that we met at StitchCon the first year we went, which I guess was 24. And so that's what Niecy Lynn and I can't remember. I don't think we got the kit. Oh yeah, we got the kit for the Santa's night tree. But it didn't come with the fabric. You chose your own fabric. That was it. So this year, I'm taking 4 classes. I think I mentioned that last time, but I thought I would show you. I have them pretty much kitted up. I'm doing the Merry Stitchmas by Primrose Cottage. I think this is so cute. So you've got the front, and then you put your initials on the back. And they give you all of the alphabet. They give you the whole alphabet. So I'm doing mine on the gray mesh bag like they show. And I have all of the called for weeks purl 5s. So I am really excited to start this. I probably won't get any of them stitched before Jingle Ball. No, I don't think. And then here's my zipper pull that I'm using on this one. I can't remember where I got this. So that's one of my classes. Then I'm taking the Christmas Snow Globes by Hello from Liz Matthews. And I haven't pulled the flosses or anything. It's all DMC. But there's a number of different ways that you can put these together. So I will pull the DMCs. I think there's a total of maybe 20, 21, 22 different pieces. She gives you the background, which of course are the tallest, then the midground, and then the foreground. So you get to choose. Oh wait, here they are. Look at this. There's all of them that you can use in your snow globe. So you know I'm gonna have to do the cardinal. And I don't know which of the trees, maybe the holly, I'm not sure. But, and I need to go to Michael's because I need to get some snow and some of the jars. She got hers at Michael's. I need to get some 1/2-inch styrofoam. She has the whole list in here. So that, I'm looking forward to that because it's not unperforated paper. I don't care to stitch unperforated paper because I stitch in hand. And she has a new technique that you don't use the perforated paper. But you do need a neutral background. So I'm sure I will just stitch on white, probably white 36 count, 32 count. I don't know what she calls for. I'll have to look. But I've got plenty of white Lugana in both counts. So that will be fun. I'm not taking that class until Sunday because I had a conflict with, I think it's the Stacy Nash class. So Stacy is coming out with a new animal cracker just for the Jingle Ball in her Christmas cookie series, and it's ginger. And I know you've seen her everywhere. I think she's adorable. And I think I may stitch her on this fabric. I'm not 100% positive. This looks a little rosier. I actually got this, it's a Fox and Rabbit Warmth. I got it at Gowron Stitchery when I got the book. I ordered this and I ordered Jack's Rum. I'll show you in a few minutes. That's for the Annie B's pairs. I think there will be enough. If I decide to do her and the 3 pairs, I think there'll be enough. But I'm sure that I'm going to have a rose-colored even weave, possibly even a linen. But this linen is gorgeous. It's a little darker. Oh, maybe that's about right. And it's Weigart based. So then I also signed up for the Christmas Pairs by Annie B's. And then that's what I really got this for. It's not the call for. I don't know, Aztec Red from Weeks. But I love this. So that's my 4 classes that I'll be taking at the Jingle Ball. And so that should be a lot of fun. I encourage everybody to sign up. You don't have to take classes. You don't have to turn on your video. But it's fun just to go into the stitching rooms and see what other people are stitching on. You don't have to talk to them. You can just sit back and listen. Don't be shy. Join in. It's fun. Let's see, what else? Sharon and Christy received 2 of the, I drew their names for 2 of the shares on floss tube number 40. And I got those in the mail to you on Friday. So Christy from Happiness is Heart Made and Sharon in North Carolina, they're on their way to you. Let's see. Make sure you go and watch Stitching Scotty. Not her last floss tube that she just put out, I think Friday maybe, but the one prior, because she does a recap of her trip to London and to the Swindon, Mrs. Partman's needle class. I forget what Mrs. Partman, Nicola Partman put it on with another lady. And it just blew my mind. I mean, some of the classes that were available, one of them was a 3-dimensional castle. So just gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. And I've been binge watching Christy, Salty Stitcher Designs. I'm still binge watching her. She put out a whole bunch and I just got behind. But hey, Christy, I forgot to say hello. Make sure you check out Hobbies of Holly. She actually mentioned Marcy of Amnicon Studio, who, I just marvel at because she is such a good knitter. And Holly is a very good knitter also. I actually met Holly at StitchCon this past summer. So it was nice to meet her in person, and she's doing some beautiful knitting and gorgeous cross stitch. I've already told you, you gotta go check out Levi at Stitch Happens. You gotta. If you like to laugh with Niecy Lynn, you'll love laughing with Levi. Stitch and Scotty, Southern Yankee Stitcher, she does a lot of samplers. And if you are a sampler person, you really need to watch her. And that's Olivia. And of course, Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher, she had an unfortunate accident and cut her finger with her rotary cutter. And I think she said it took 7 stitches. Yeah. And of course, Niecy Lynn, what can I say? Now let's look. Let me shout out some of my favorite shops too. I'm going to put all of the links to the floss tubes, and I don't know how to make a hyperlink, but I actually type out the address for the website, and if you'll just go and highlight it and copy it, go to a new web page, paste it in the URL, and it will, hit enter, and it'll take you right there. If somebody knows how to tell me how to do that, please let me know. But, you know, Happiness is Heart Made. Christy, she has the cutest things. And, of course, you know, Lois from Lady Dot Creates. I got a package from her that I had ordered. I'm going to show you that in my haul. Siggy's Closet. Need I say more? Christina, you got to stop coming out with all those cute things. And, of course, Fabric Flair. Now, let's see. One other thing, very important. Remember, December the 1st, we're going to start a Cat and Cardinal Christmas Sow. Niecy Lynn and I are doing this together. I think Dottie is doing it with us too. I'm not positive, but it's just a Cat and Cardinal Sow. And anyone who finishes it, just the stitching. You don't have to frame it or have it made into a pillow or anything, but have completed the stitching. Make sure you tag me or send me a photo, and you'll be entered in a drawing to receive two people will receive one PDF chart from Christy of their choice from her portfolio. So I showed this before. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Splash Mint by Zweigart, and then there are the colors. And I think the greens are going to show up really well because this is a minty green. So I am missing one of the colors. I don't know why. I think it was 221. I'm sure I have it somewhere, but it wasn't in my floss cabinet that my husband made for me. So I've got to go to Michael's anyway to kit up my stuff for Liz Matthews' Snow Globe class. So I'll pick that up there. So there's that. Then I showed this last time, and this might be an exclusive at Gowron's Stitchery also. I'm not sure. But when I showed it last floss tube, I had picked up this bourbon in at Stitch West by Millennial Fabrics. But I ordered the Jack's Rum that is the call for, and this is Fabrics by Steph. And this is the call for. So now I don't know which I want to do it on. Chime in and give me tell me what you think. Which would be better? Jack's Rum, the call for, or Bourbon by Millennial Fabrics? I would appreciate your opinion. Then, let's see, my monthly subscriptions that I get. From Mystic Fabrics, I get both the color and the neutral fabric of the month. I get it in 46 count linen. And this is a Zweigart based linen, 46 count. And this is Ptolemy. And it's beautiful. I love it. You know, is it Ode to Abigail? Is that what it's called? I can't remember. That might be pretty on this. Do I want to stitch that whole thing? Because it's like 150 by 150. It's not quite 150 by 150, but that's close enough. Might have to think about this. And then the colorway for the November fabric of the month was Antoinette. A beautiful blue. Again, 46 count. And this is the keeper that I keep all of my Annie B's pairs in. I have a good many of them. So I thought you might want to see my... This is the first one that Niecy Lynn and I got, were the green pairs. And then I did pick up the agave from Gowron in the 36 count. But I think I have almost all of her pairs, if not all of them. Then I am in the Needle Minder of the Month Club through Flamingo Toes, or Flamingo Toes Needle Minder of the Month. I get it through Crazy Annie's, and this is the one for this month. I love it. I think it's so pretty. I might even have to do the cross stitch right away. And then here are the colors. You get all the Call for DMCs. So it's Blue Willow and Pumpkin. Pretty. Then my Button Lovers Club from Jabco, just another button company, arrived. That is the pattern. And then look at these buttons. I'm going to try to show them to you and not spill them. Look at all those gorgeous buttons. Look. Aren't they fabulous? So, you know, I just love them. And I joined Misty, Luminous Fiber Art. She's doing a Gathering Holly mystery salve for Christmas. She had two colorways. She had a green colorway and a red colorway. I decided I didn't know which I wanted, so I did both. The green is Sequoia, the red is Sizzle by Lady Dot. And the fibers are Belle Soie, Tulip, and Spruced. And then here they are with the, so I can't wait to get my first chart, because it's going to be released. The first clue is going to be released on December the 1st. So I'm going to have to go back and look to see what color fabric. I'm thinking it's white, but I'm not 100% positive, so I need to find out. Then, you know, I said that I had placed an order with Lady Dot. Well, I forgot that you need wool for the pairs, and I ordered cucumber velveteen. That's okay, I'll use it. I got several other colors of velveteen. Blossom, Berry Crunch, and Polar Ice. And then just some laces and palms, because you can never have enough palms. So I just got various colors. Then I'm going to make some beaded pins for my business partners and Logan. So I just got from Tennessee Beads, Commanders, Boston Red Sox, Jets, you know, all the ones that they follow. So I'll show those when I get those made. It'll be a little while. Oh, I need to also add Twin Peak Primitives. You know, they're, I think her name was Linda, that helped them here in the States send out the physical copies or anything from their limited editions. Well, they now have a new shop, and I think it's Christy's daughter, Olivia, that is mainly running it. Christy from Finally a Farm Girl. And it's called TPP America. So I will link that in the description box also. But I got one of their exclusive Homestead Christmas limited edition. Look at that cow. Is he cute or what? And you get lots of goodies. Of course, you get the bag. Then, you know, here's the chart again. All of the flosses. Coasters. Ouch, I bit my tongue. Look at this. This is a snowflake that you cross stitch on. And then it's an ornament. That is so cute. Then a needle minder. Is that right side up? Yeah. That glares really bad. And the fabric. Now, I probably won't use the fabric because it looks like it's Ada. It is. And then floss drops with the cow. So I'm so glad that you ladies have someone here in the States again, because I do like your limited edition things. So thank you very much for hooking me up there. And let's look at, I keep seeing something move back here. Maybe it's my imagination. So the last couple of things that I got. I had to call Hobby House. I was trying to find some white soie d'Angers, because there is a company, I think it's Werkstatt out of Germany, that is having a mystery Christmas sow, and it's going to be gorgeous. The pattern is free. They are not shipping kits to the U.S. because of the tariff situation. So unfortunately, you know, we can't, you have to kit up your own stuff, but that's fine. That's fine. So, it calls for soie d'Angers or, DMC. Well, so since I was ordering from Hobby House, I ordered my 4 skeins of soie d'Angers, and then I had them send me a Catherine's needle minder, not needle minder, floss ring. I forgot I already had one, because I kitted up, I got the whole kit for Catherine's Garden from Hobby House. And I tried to resist, but I couldn't. So I had them send me the salmon travel case. This is the only size that they have. And look at that. Beautiful. So this is the salmon, and it really is, it's not bubblegum pink. It's not that bright. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I had already pre-ordered because they had shown that they had the green tartan that would be released, and these came in about a week and a half ago. So I did get the travel case with green tartan, and I love that blue in there. So I have my lilac or lavender case at work, because I do try to, if I have a few minutes after I have lunch, just to sit for a few minutes, I will stitch on one of my mesh bags. And then I got the large travel case too. But I had planned on this one. I love this green. I don't know, I like the red, but the green is just gorgeous. And that's just a little Winterbury tag in there. And this lifts out, of course. The tray lifts out. And then, so, and they also had a tool case. I didn't get the tool case. So that is all of my haul. And let's go to shares. We have 2 winners from last week. The With Thy Needle and Thread, because you know I bought 2 of these. With Thy Needle and Thread, Peace and Goodwill. And that goes to Deborah Bissell, or Beisel, B-I-E-S-E-L. Deborah, DeborahBiesel. If you will email me at pattypen199@msn.com, or better yet, message me on Instagram at pattypen and the number 4, I'll get that out to you. And then, Glenda, you won the wheat. Picture this plus 14 count. I think this is 14 inches by 14 inches. Glenda Mitroff 2321. Congratulations, Deborah and Glenda. And we do have one for this floss tube. Remember, I told you we would do the Jardin Privé, and the keyword is Quaker, Quaker. And this is the last call for both of these ladies. The traditional fob and floss ring goes to Glee Hanson 4775. GLEEHANSESON 4775. Glee Hanson, HANSON 4775. If I don't hear from you by the next floss tube, which I think is, what did I say, the 23rd maybe? Yeah, the 23rd. We'll put this back in and draw someone else. And then the purple resin goes to Connie Van Sant, the zipper pull and the floss ring. Connie, please get in touch with me. I'll try to remember and put my Insta and email below. I sometimes forget to do that. I think that's everything. I hope everyone has a fabulous 2 weeks. My year's just getting busier and busier. This is always a very busy time of year. You know, required minimum distributions from IRAs, tax loss harvesting, making sure that we've got cash available for distributions next year. So busy time, but I love what I do. So I'm just so glad that you joined us. I hope you enjoyed it, and have fun stitching. Bye.